She was grilling me with a killer look, but I could tell she wasn't really trying to cut me with no slick talk the way she was known for doing bitches out on the street. "You're a twin, Mink. You can believe it, baby, because it's true." I wiped my eyes and then smirked at her real shitty-like. Uh-huh. I knew what time it was. Aunt Bibby used to fuck with Doogie real bad back in the day, and her ass must have been playing with the needle again. "See there?" I told her. "You need to stop shooting that dog food in your veins, 'cause with all that bullshit you talking, you must be high." "Ain't nobody getting high, and ain't nobody bullshitting neither, Mink. My brother Mo had 2 daughters, baby. And like I said, you got a twin." I stared down at my mother's still body. Me? A twin? That shit was impossible. But then, Dynasty. That gutter snipe's name exploded in my brain and my heart skipped about 5 beats. I looked at Aunt Bibby again, and all of a sudden, the room got real hot and my head started buzzing. I couldn't hardly get no air in my lungs. I tried to say something, but it felt like glass splinters was sticking me all in my throat. All I could think was, what if that filly heifer was my goddamn sister? I could feel the possibility of it all down in my bones, but I damn sure didn't want to believe it. That trifling trick could actually be my fucking sister. I shook my head and slung snot everywhere. "You's a liar, Aunt Bibby," I moaned as I keeled forward and hit my knees, ready to deny that shit with my last breath. "You ain't nothing but a big-ass, bald-headed liar." "Mink," Aunt Bibby barked in her jailhouse voice, "why don't you stand up and face the truth for once in your life? Everybody in this room is a goddamn liar. But the biggest liar of us all," Aunt Bibby pointed down at the body in the bed, "was your mama. Jude Jackson wasn't nothing but a lying sack of shit." Her eyes flashed and Aunt Bibby crossed her muscled-up sailor-looking arms over her tatted-up titties and grilled me. "Now there. I done said what the fuck I had to say, and I ain't taking none of it back, neither." I stared at her mannish ass with my nostrils flaring like a racehorse. I wanted to bite that bitch. I wanted to shove my fist down her throat and make her choke on her lying-ass tongue. But instead, I stayed right there, crouched down on my knees as my aunt continued to lay the cold, naked truth on me. "Now don't get me wrong," Aunt Bibby said quietly. "I loved me some Jude. But that heifer didn't have a truth bone in her whole damn body. Why you think she drove her car into that goddamn river with you sitting right there in the front seat next to her, Mink? Huh? Why you think, stupid girl? Not even the lowest, raggediest, black-hearted trash-ass mama does no crazy shit like that." I grilled Aunt Bibby through a watery haze of tears. Oh, for true, I was about to clock this big beefy bitch, just wear her ass out for calling my dead mama out of her name. But before I could come up off my knees, Aunt Bibby nailed me with another gut shot when she opened her big mouth and said, "And while you're bullshitting, Jude didn't even give birth to y'all right here in Harlem Hospital like she said, neither." "What?" I squeaked. "How you know? How the hell you know something like that?" "'Cause Jude told me," Aunt Bibby barked, and then she glanced over at my scandalous-ass welfare queen grandmother, who sat in the corner styling her stolen Gucci gear with her long pretty legs crossed all proper. "Tell her, Mama. Tell Mink the goddamn truth." My grandmother wagged her leg and nodded. She twisted up her lips like she was still 25 and fine and said, "Baby's telling it right, Mink. You got a twin sister, baby. You was about 3 years old when Jude first brought you around here."
to keep listening to this audiobook. I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.